Here we go. We'll watch the next one later, okay? I'm not saying we're not going to watch it. I'm just saying we're not going to watch it right now.
Think fast. You're behind cover and an active shooter is
I'm going to turn it up real quick.
right in front, fleeing civilians all around. You notice a figure dash. Think fast. You're behind cover and an active shooter is right in front, fleeing civilians all around. You notice a figure dashing next to you. Do you A, try to identify if it's a fleeing civilian, or B, panic and shoot? If you chose B, congratulations, you might be a female police officer. But let's confirm it. After panicking and shooting a civilian, the actual shooter advances. Do you A, hold your ground behind cover, or B, panic, run into the open, and get shot? If you chose B, it's confirmed.
You're a
The
female
scenario
police
I just
officer?
gave is from a recent event
I watched
where
this.
a female police officer successfully made every worst possible decision available. And it's reignited
Yeah,
the
she
conversation
randomly shot a civilian, and then they let the gunman go until somebody else shot the gunman.
surrounding women in combat roles, specifically law enforcement. Therefore, in this video, I'll be ranking and debunking every argument in favor of women police officers.
Okay.
And if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. It helps the channel. Women
It's
use
crazy, by the way, how popular this channel has gotten. 4 weeks ago, this is something I feel like people watch these videos. People like me watch these videos, and there's a form of just catharsis. It's like, yeah, fucking exactly. You know?
use less force. The argument here is that they are less prone to use
Women use
excessive
less
force when
force?
apprehending suspects,
That's bullshit.
avoiding unnecessary harm, and saving on potential lawsuits.
Yeah.
Proponents use studies showing that
Complete
women are less
bullshit.
likely to receive excessive force complaints compared to their male counterparts. To call this argument deceptive would be an understatement. Of course they use less force,
Because they're
they're
weaker.
less able to. Additionally,
Right.
male police officers are typically the ones who are made to handle more difficult physical arrests
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. Since male officers are made to handle more difficult physical arrests, obviously they get more complaints.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, this goes into NPC tier as a classic midwit argument.
Yep.
When a female officer is staring at a larger, non-compliant male, her options are
The only way they can handle it is by using a gun.
reinforcements, taser, or
Yep.
gun. Which brings me to my next
Exactly.
argument. Women are less likely to draw their gun. This argument argues, again citing studies, that female officers are less likely to draw their guns compared to male officers. Again, an obvious explanation is that men are being made to handle more difficult cases.
Yes.
Which is a demonstrable fact. These broad studies with poor control over variables prove nothing. Furthermore, simple reasoning paints a different picture. A larger, non-compliant male poses an immediate risk to a woman in a way that it doesn't to a man. If a female officer feels threatened, her only recourse is her taser or gun, and tasers are not reliable tools.
True.
Anecdotally, we see
Yeah, they call it skill-based matchmaking, right? So like, yeah, they don't matchmake into the high PvP, high ELO lobbies, right? It's like you're gonna send out Fred, this 6'4" former high school football player, right? That like was a linebacker. He's fucking like 315 pounds. Like, oh, you know, there's like some crazy guy out there. Send out Fred. He'll take care of it.
after case of women feeling threatened and escalating
muscle guy?
drastically
Yeah.
when it's either
Send
not
out
necessary or wouldn't have been necessary for a male officer. Again, a failure of intuition and how to properly control variables. NPC tier. Women are better communicators.
Well, I mean, do we really even have to talk about this one? I mean, do we even really need to talk about this? I mean, what are we doing? What is this?
You serious?
The argument cites the claim that women tend to rely on
What?
verbal skills more often for their arrests compared to their male counterparts. I'm tired of repeating myself. Of course they are, since they struggle to physically restrain the suspect, and
Yeah.
less compliant suspects are delegated. Abyss tier. Let's also
Abyss.
address the root cause of these arguments. So far, they've all relied on an implicit sexist assumption
Yes.
that men lack self-control and default to violence.
That's right.
Whereas women have more self-control. The studies we do have on this also don't support the idea of women
That's
being
true.
more in control. Women are twice as likely to suffer from anxiety or panic disorders as men are.
There's
as
no
well as
way
more
it's
likely
only half. There's no way it's only twice as much. I think it's probably 4 or 5 times as much, if not more than that.
to suffer from PTSD. Exactly what you
Like,
don't
every girl I know is crazy. I only know, like, 2 guys that are crazy.
want from police officers.
10 times,
Proponents of this
maybe.
argument cite the fact that men are responsible for more violence. But how do you control for the fact that men are simply more capable of violence
Yeah, exactly.
or have greater incentives for it? Additionally, since men have this capability, a lot more effort is used in training them to control it since boyhood, a
Exactly.
process that is often neglected on girls, which explains a lot of modern phenomena.
Yeah, female
NPC
aggression.
tier. Better results with victims. This argument makes the case that women typically get better results trying to get victims of abuse or similar crimes to open up. This is actually true,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
get
one
that.
of the ways that women have genuinely contributed. And the best part? It doesn't require women to be police officers or in combat roles.
That's right.
They can be social workers, consultants, or other forms of outside help.
A therapist.
So that their unique talents can be fully utilized without having to put their lives
I would
and
say that's
others
a good
at risk
argument.
by doing
I would even
something
put that
they're
at the
not
top.
suited for. Flawed tier. Better community perception. The claim here is that the populace prefer and trust female officers more, which is highly debatable.
Oh my
Addi-
god, bro, like...
Additionally, what happened to tearing down gender stereotypes?
Yeah.
Public perception is just stereotyping. Why are we condemning stereotypes when it goes against the agenda, but using them as an argument when it's in favor?
Because they love stereotypes when it's in their best interest. That's the reason why.
This is clearly just a rationalization. It's already been decided women
Yeah.
are to be police officers, and now they're just finding excuses for
Yeah.
it. Abyss tier.
Garbage.
Tasers negate physical disadvantages.
No, they don't.
Only the most delusional deny the obvious physical differences between men and women.
Oh my
Which is why we
God.
have such reduced
thinks
standards
that?
for physical ability when admitting female officers.
Jesus.
This
You gotta
begs
be
the
fucking
obvious
retarded.
question. Why are we accepting subpar candidates just because of their gender?
Yeah.
Their counter is physicality doesn't matter. The taser exists. Already, this is foolish.
Uh-huh.
Chases, wrestling, takedowns are all part of the job. But even more importantly, how reliable are tasers?
Not very.
Well, for starters, a portion of the population are just flat out immune to them. Their ranged
Mm-hmm.
option is extremely limited, inaccurate, and hard to reload. And a
What
taser
if
is
you
often
miss?
best used when already in a melee altercation,
Yep.
which involves grappling and
Because you have to be
wrestling.
close.
Only an NPC
That's
can
a
argue that
terrible it's a
physicality
literal
doesn't
garbage
matter
tier.
in law enforcement.
Yes.
Physicality is the only meaningful difference. Not only does this argument set aside a very important difference, this argument also contradicts earlier pro-women officer
Yes.
claims, as well as the statistics we have regarding likelihood of panic and anxiety disorders. And it goes deeper. Reaction time, spatial awareness, innate
See, this is the reason why men beat women in every single competitive sport that has to do with anything that's like hunting related. Like, if you can imagine killing an animal that's this way, the odds are that men are going to be outperforming women by like a metric of like 100 to 1, 1,000 to 1, probably 10,000 to 1. This is just the way it is. Even chess. Like, even chess. It's exactly it.
hierarchy are all things men outperform women
Yep.
in and are invaluable
See
in
this?
combat roles. The belief that the only differences between the genders are physical is quintessential midwittery.
Yep.
NPC tier. It's necessary for gender equality. This argues that even if the disadvantages of women in law enforcement and combat roles
It's
are
necessary.
conceded, it's still necessary in the name of gender equality. The issue is
It's crazy how women always need to have the roles that are like high value, but we don't need. Why do we not have gender equality with garbage men? Why do we not have gender equality with a janitor? Those are never discussed.
If we need to accept worse performance and a higher risk to people's lives just to include women, then gender equality does not exist, whether you include them or
Yep.
not. You can call reality sexist all you want. It won't
It's still
change to
reality.
accommodate your sensibilities.
Yep.
But you will get people killed by denying it.
That's true.
Abyss tier. Men and women are different, and if you can't accept that, that can't be blamed on just your stupidity.
True.
That's a choice, and one that's costing lives. That concludes the tier list. If there are any other arguments we'd
There
like to
are
see
no
ranked,
good
please
arguments.
share them in the comments below. And
I
I would
don't-
like to give a special thank
I'm
you
gonna link
to
you guys
all
the
our
video.
channel members, our patrons, and those who bought merch. We greatly
165,000
appreciate your
followers
support,
now.
as this channel would
Subscribers.
likely not be possible without it. If you would like to participate in our supporter-exclusive Discord, make sure to check out the link in the description below.
I love his videos. He tackles some of the most extreme and he tackles the things that you're not supposed to talk about. He talks about them, and I like that a lot. I do. I love it. I love the animations. I do too. And watch the gay Hitler video. We'll watch the gay Hitler video tomorrow, okay? I'm just not ready to watch it today, but we'll watch it tomorrow. Does that sound fair? Okay, you couldn't have said these things 10 years ago? No, you weren't able to say these things 10 years ago. Keep subbing to this guy. I want to see these channels grow a lot more.